All right, well, good morning and welcome to the 22nd Annual Michigan Adoption Day celebration. Truly my favorite day in this courtroom. How could it not be? Especially when it starts with teddy bears on the desk and the big lug from the Lansing lug nuts wandering around the Hall of Justice. I am Justice Megan Kavanaugh, and it's my honor to celebrate this incredible day with all of you, especially with these wonderful children. Serving the people of Michigan on this court is a tremendous privilege, and today's ceremony is a powerful reminder that my colleagues and I are here to serve these children and families as well. A heartfelt thank you to all of my colleagues on the court, and a special acknowledgement to Chief Justice Elizabeth Clement for joining us today. Chief Justice Clement is also here to present the Daniel J. Wright Lifetime Achievement Award. With the help of digital technology, she will also present the Maura Corrigan Lifetime Achievement Award alongside former Chief Justice Corrigan. Now, I'll keep you in suspense a little bit longer about the award winners, but let me assure you that they are truly incredible and so deserving of these recognitions. I would also like to recognize Justice Kyra Harris Bolden, my court's Child Welfare Liaison Co-Chair. Unfortunately, she couldn't be with us today, but her dedication to child welfare and improving the lives of families in this state is deeply appreciated and felt. Today, we are joined by Oakland County Circuit Court Judge Kamisha D. Gant. We are honored to have her at the Hall of Justice, and we look forward to hearing her remarks and to see her preside today over the adoptions. Thank you so much for being here. I should also note that Judge Gant was here at the Hall of Justice all day last Friday for a meeting of the Michigan Judicial Council, where she gave a report on civic engagement. Her dedication to connecting our courts with the people that we serve is remarkable and much appreciated. Following Judge Gant, we are honored to welcome our distinguished guest speakers, Emily Skripchek, Chief of Staff at the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, Janet Reynolds Snyder, Executive Director of the Michigan Federation for Children and Families, Rachel Willis, Director of the Bureau of Out-of-Home Services at the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. Our agency partners, represented so well by these leaders, play an absolutely critical role in the success of adoptions and foster care programs. Your dedication and collaboration are deeply appreciated, and we are grateful for your presence here today. I also want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all of our special guests and stakeholders, whether you are here with us today or actively participating in adoption proceedings across the state. Your efforts and support are vital to making this day and every day a success for the children and the families that we celebrate. Thank you for joining us for this year's Michigan Supreme Court Adoption Day celebration. What I really love about today is, unlike most other days in this courtroom, everyone is on the same side here today. There are no adversaries today, no arguments, no disagreements, or bad feelings. Today is all about good feelings, about families, and about all of our love for children. Our theme, Giving Thanks for Families, is a perfect fit for this special time of the year as families gather to celebrate Thanksgiving. During the month of November, Adoption Month, families across the state have special reasons to give thanks as they become forever families for an adoptive child. Children give thanks for loving parents and siblings, and communities give thanks for strong and growing families. My job today is pretty simple. I want to give thanks for everyone here, thanks to the caseworkers, thanks to the judges, and most of all, thanks to the moms and dads who are opening their homes and hearts to children. In particular, I want to give thanks also to the brothers and sisters who might have to give up space in their bedrooms and share a bathroom with a new sibling, but believe me, the sacrifice is very much worth it. So our purpose today is to give the public a window into the adoption process by educating and raising awareness about the great rewards of being an adoptive parent. We will also celebrate the wonderful adoptions that will be finalized here today and around the state this month. Supreme Court justices and Court of Appeals judges look forward to the opportunity to attend adoption events all across the state of Michigan. Throughout the month of November, Justice Elizabeth Welch will preside over adoption proceedings in Ottawa, Kent, and Berrien counties. Justice Richard Bernstein and I will have the pleasure of being together in Oakland County next week. And this week, at the end of the week, I will be joining the Wayne County Family Court Bench as they celebrate Adoption Day as well. We are still adding up all of the different ceremonies, but by the time the month of celebrations is done, more than 30 courts will have celebrated Adoption Day, and more than 100 children will find their forever homes. Now I have the pleasure of welcoming our distinguished individual who has made a significant impact in the field of justice and child welfare. Judge Gant was appointed to the Oakland County Circuit Court Bench by Governor Gretchen Whitmer on April 30th of 2019, becoming the 75th judge to serve in this capacity. She currently presides in the Family Division and also manages an adult treatment court. A proud graduate of the University of Michigan and Wayne State University Law School, as am I, Judge Gant has dedicated her career to justice and equality. Prior to her judicial appointment, she tirelessly advocated for the voiceless as a consultant for the Neighborhood Legal Services of Michigan's Children's Justice Center for 15 years and as a trial attorney with her own law firm, Gant Law, for 13 years. Her commitment to public service also includes roles as a probation agent, judicial court clerk, and judicial intern. Judge Gant's dedication extends far beyond the courtroom, though. She's deeply involved in numerous legal and civic organizations, including serving as past president of the Association of Black Judges of Michigan and a board member for the Warren Women Lawyers Association of Michigan and the D. Augustus Straker Bar Association. Her service also includes her role on the Michigan Judicial Council and her active participation in community organizations such as the National Congress of Black Women and the Dr. Martin Luther King Task Force. She is a passionate mentor to youth and a staunch advocate for social justice and education. Judge Gant's commitment to public service inspires us all, and we are thrilled to have her with us here today to share her insights and preside over these adoptions today. So please join me in giving a warm welcome to Judge Kamisha Gant.
Well, good morning, everyone. It is such a pleasure and a privilege to be at the Michigan Supreme Court with all of you for Michigan Adoption Day. I would like to thank Chief Justice Clement and Justice Kavanaugh for inviting my staff and the Oakland County Circuit Court adoption team. And I also need to include myself because I'm very excited and giddy to be here to participate in this joyous occasion. I would like to recognize my judicial assistant, Lisa Denard, and the adoption team for their hard work preparing for Adoption Day. I want to thank the adoption team for their service to the families in Oakland County and their assistance with transitioning children to their loving permanent homes. On behalf of the Oakland County Sixth Circuit Court, I would like to take this opportunity to express gratitude for Chief Justice Clement and Justice Kavanaugh's commitment to children and families in the state of Michigan and for their support and encouragement of courts across the state with their adoption efforts. I am very passionate about children and families. My job as a circuit court judge in the Family Division, serving families in Oakland County, particularly with adoptions, is a very rewarding experience. Finalizing and celebrating adoptions on adoption days are some of my best days on the bench, in my opinion. So being here today with the justices really means a lot to me. Thank you. John F. Kennedy once said that children are the world's most valuable resource and its best hope for the future. I agree, and I therefore strongly believe that we must invest in our children. I also believe that every child deserves to grow up in a safe and loving home. Currently, there are more than 100,000 children awaiting adoption in our nation's foster care system. These children are hoping for the love, connection, and a lasting foundation that a permanent family can provide before they age out of foster care. Therefore, I encourage anyone who is considering adoption to take the brave, selfless, and loving step forward to explore the joys of adoption and provide love and a stable home environment for a child who needs it. To any child in foster care who may be watching this proceeding today, I want you to know that as long as there are loving foster families, dedicated professionals, and caring jurists such as the ones you see here on this panel, you are never alone or forgotten. Today, Thanksgiving will come early as we celebrate two families who will be made whole through adoption, and hopefully we can also raise awareness about adoption to ensure that every child in the foster care system can build a life of happiness and well-being. I would like to thank the adoptive parents present today for showing us all the depth and wonder of the human heart. Each of the adoptive parents here have opened their hearts to provide safe and caring homes for children in need of a hopeful start in life and made them part of their family. I want the children finding their forever homes today to know that you are each special, not only because your adoptive parents chose you to be a member of their forever family, but also because you have brought and will continue to bring an abundance of love and joy to your adoptive parents' lives. Now, with that, let us begin with the first adoption finalization case concerning Cairo Brazil. Will the adoption worker, family, and any guests you may have please come to the podium? Oh my goodness, I saw you walking in and I knew that was you.
Got a chance to meet Spider-Man today.
Oh, goodness. All right, this is the matter of the adoption of Cairo Jackson Brazil, case number 24927AF. Can you please state your name for the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. I am Annette Leike. I'm a youth and family caseworker for the Oakland County Circuit Court Adoption Department. And today with me is Carla Craig and her soon-to-be legal son, Cairo Brazil.
All right, and can you both please raise your right hand so you can be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. Oh, you raised your hand too. Okay, thank you. All right. All right. So can you introduce and tell me a little more about the family?
This is Carla Craig. She is Cairo's grandma, and today she's going to become Cairo's mom. Cairo has been living with her full-time since 2020. He is a second grader at Shrine Catholic School in Royal Oak. He's a great swimmer. He is a good bike rider, and he enjoys playing soccer, and Carla cheers him on in all of his endeavors. Carla has a daughter, and he'll soon have a sister today, Casey. She is at 21 and a senior at Claflin University in South Carolina. But when she's not at school, she's living with them. The family enjoys taking vacations, going on cruises, and family reunions. And today, I have witnessed that they are a loving, bonded family, and I happily recommend finalization.
All right, thank you. And Ms. Craig, did you bring anybody else with you today? Your mom? Ma'am, would you like to come up too?
Come on up, Lois.
State your name, ma'am.
Lois Purcell.
Oh, it's nice to meet you. All right, well, thank you for the introduction. So we're here for the finalization of the adoption of Cairo Jackson Brazel. The court is going to ask you, Ms. Craig, a few questions. All right, so Ms. Craig, do you understand that if your request is granted, you will be legally responsible for the support and maintenance of Cairo, including his food, clothing, shelter, education, and medical care?
Yes, I do.
And you understand you may even have to get a few Spider-Man items every once in a while? Okay. All right. You understand that you'll be legally undertaking his intellectual, spiritual, and moral guidance? Do you understand that if your request is granted, that you will not only be Cairo's maternal grandmother, but his parent in all respects, just as if you were his birth mother?
Yes,
Do you understand that Cairo will be your lawful heir?
yes,
Do you understand that you will be called upon to provide him with love, affection, and encouragement? Do you understand that there may be certain great or little inconveniences over the years in parenting Cairo?
yes, I do.
All right, some days it might seem really great. All right, are you willing to assume the responsibilities and commitments as his parent? Is there any reason, either physical or mental, that you cannot assume or fulfill these obligations?
No,
Do you have any hesitations or reservations whatsoever? Is there anything you'd like to say, Ms. Craig?
just that I love him to death.
Is there anything you'd like to say, Cairo?
Thanks.
Oh, okay. Ma'am, is there anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, I think my daughter and my great-grandson here is a perfect pair.
Oh, that's very sweet. Well, I say, thank goodness for grandparents. And so, the greatest love, I've been told, is the love that a grandparent gives to their grandchild. And so, I appreciate you being there for your grandson. And he loves you all the more for it. And so, the court has reviewed the file in this matter. The court finds that a petition for an order of adoption has been filed. All necessary orders terminating parental rights have been entered. The adoptee was made a ward of the court. And pursuant to N. Ray Jackson, any appeal of the decision to terminate parental rights has reached disposition, that no appeal, application for leave to appeal, motion for rehearing, or reconsideration is pending, and that the time for all appellate proceedings has expired. The adoption of the adoptee by the petitioner is desirable and in the best interest of the adoptee. In reviewing the file and hearing the testimony presented on the record by Ms. Likey today, the court has analyzed the best interest factors and finds the following: that there is a bond between the child and the adoptive parent, that the parent can give the child the love, affection, and emotional guidance needed, that the parent has the capacity and disposition to meet the needs of the child has permanency and stability in this household, there are no issues with moral fitness, and the homeschool and community record of the child weigh in favor of the adoptive home. Therefore, the court finds, pursuant to MCL 710.22, subparagraph G, that finalizing an order of adoption is in the child's best interest. The court will sign an order of adoption, and from this day forward, Ms. Carla Craig shall be the forever parent to Cairo Jackson Brazel. Congratulations. Do you want to, Cairo, do you want to come up and hit the gavel?
Yeah.
Come on up. All right, go ahead. Hit the gavel. All right. All right, and so you get to pick which one of the teddy bears you want.
I'll get a white one.
Okay, we'll take that one. And come around here, because I put together a little something for you, okay? So, happy holidays, sweetheart. All right, I'm gonna take my glasses off so there won't be a glare. You wanna come around, Neil?
Oh, yeah? Come on up.
Hold on.
Come on.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't want to go there.
Don't be shy, you got all dressed up today. You might as well.
One more.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you. Now, the second adoption finalization case is concerning the Jalas minor children. Will the adoption worker and the family and their guests please come to the podium?
Guests?
Oh, boy, you guys got a full house.
It's a party.
Big family. Come on up, don't be shy. All right, this is the matter of the adoption of Sky Ariana Jalas, case number 24870AY, and Scarlett Rain Jalas, case number 24871AY. Please state your names for the record.
Annette Legge, youth and family caseworker for the Oakland County Circuit Court Adoption Department.
All right, and sir?
Ronald Giles,
All right, Meow. All right, and your name? All right, how old are you? All right, and your name? And how old are you? Okay, and Mr. and Mrs. Jalas, can you introduce your guest?
This is my mom, Sue Ledoux, and this is her fiance, Dave. introduce the girls' grandfather Tony and their grandmother Stephanie.
All right, well, welcome. And can you please, Mr. and Mrs. Jallis and Ms. Leggy, can you raise your right hands? You can be sworn in. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? All right, thank you. And so, Ms. Leggy, can you introduce the family and tell me a little bit about them?
I would love to. Ronald and Mandy Jollis filed a step-parent adoption, and today, Mr. Jollis, Ron, is adopting, Sky and Scarlett. And they have been living together as a family since 2015. Sky is 17. She is a senior at Oxford High School. She's a competitive dancer and an excellent student. She thinks she may want to become a vet. Scarlett, 13th in the 8th grade at Oxford Middle School. She's an elite gymnast, or was an elite gymnast. Recently there was a change where she's also a state champ. She's a good student. And she is also now in competitive dance. And she's also creative and artistic. The family has a German Shepherd. They didn't bring him today, Ruger.
Oh, Kruger?
Ruger. And the family enjoys traveling, hiking, kayaking, attending the girls' dance and gymnastic activities. And Ron has been the girls' father for 9 years. And today I happily recommend finalization.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the introduction. So we're here for the finalization of the adoption of Sky Ariana Jallis and Scarlett Rain Jallis. The court is going to ask Mr. and Mrs. Jallis a few questions. So, do you understand that if your request is granted today, you'll be legally responsible for the support, maintenance of Sky and Scarlett? And you understand that that includes their food, clothing, shelter, education, and medical care? All right, and do you understand that that could get quite expensive for the clothing for 2 young girls?
Dance uniforms.
All right, and do you understand that you will be legally undertaking the intellectual, spiritual, and moral guidance of Sky and Scarlett? And do you understand that if your request is granted, that you will be, sir, the father to Sky and Scarlett in all respects, just as if you were their birth father?
Yes.
And do you understand that Sky and Scarlett will be your lawful heir? Do you understand that you will be called upon to provide them with love, affection, and encouragement? And do you understand that there may be certain great or little inconveniences over the years in parenting Sky and Scarlett? Do you feel like their chauffeur at this point in time in your life?
We're doing good.
You got a driver.
They seem like they're very busy. Oh, you drive.
Game
Okay.
changer, right?
Well, very good. All right, and are you willing to assume the responsibilities and commitments as a parent to Sky and Scarlett? And is there any reason, either physical or mental, that you cannot assume or fulfill these obligations? All right, and do you have any hesitations or reservations whatsoever? All right, and is there anything you would like to say, sir?
I love you girls. This is a new day, a new chapter, new names, right? And we're just gonna continue happily ever after.
All right, and Mrs. Giles, anything you'd like to say?
No, just that I'm super grateful for him for taking on the two of them.
And is there anything you'd like to say, Sky? Anything you'd like to say, Scarlett?
Thank you.
Oh, that's sweet. Anything any of you would like to say? Oh, look, it's quite quiet today at the Hall of Justice. Usually at the Oakland County Circuit Court. All right. And so, sir, what I want to say to you is this, is that it takes a special person to bring two girls into your family and to treat them like your own. And so today is actually just a formality, because this is something that you've been doing and a responsibility that you took on years ago. And so it might be officially by paper, but for you, they've been your daughters years ago. And so thank you. And the court has had the opportunity to review the file in this matter. The court finds that a petition for an order of adoption has been filed. The court finds that pursuant to a stipulated order regarding the step-parent adoption dated May 15th of 2024, the biological father consented to the step-parent adoption. All necessary orders terminating parental rights have been entered. The adoptees were made a ward of the court. Pursuant to M. Ray Jackson, any appeal of the decision to terminate parental rights has reached disposition, that no appeal, application for leave to appeal, motion for rehearing, or reconsideration is pending, and the time for all appellate proceedings has expired. The adoption of the adoptees by the petitioners is desirable and in the best interests of the adoptees. In addition, after reviewing the file and hearing the testimony presented on the record today, the court has analyzed the best interest factors and finds the following: that there is a bond between the children and the adoptive parent, that the parent can give the children the love, affection, and emotional guidance needed. The parent has the capacity and disposition to meet the needs of the children. The children have permanency and stability in this household. There are no issues with moral fitness, and the homeschool and community record of the children weigh in favor of the adoptive home. Therefore, the court finds pursuant to MCL 710.22, subparagraph G, that finalizing an order of adoption is in the best interest of the children. The court will sign the order of adoption, and from this day forward, Ronald and Mandy Jollis shall be the forever parents to Sky Ariana Jollis and Scarlett Rain Jollis. Congratulations. All right. Would you like to come up and hit the gavel? Come on up.
Never too old.
Everybody come on up so we can take a picture. All right, come on around here. Oh, yeah, I didn't see the boots. All right. Okay, well, we can. All right. All right. Let's take a picture. So. All right, let me take my glasses off so there won't be a glare. And then why don't we give you your bears? And young ladies, I couldn't pass up making one for you too. Let's see here. This is for you, sir.
Thank you.
And this is for you, staff.
Thank you.
All right. Let's all take a picture. Let's come. Oh, I'm sorry. Stand here. All right. Thank you. Oops. Congratulations.
Wonderful. Great job, everyone. And thank you for letting us be a part of your special day. So thanks to all the families and everyone. After all the necessary photos are taken, all the families are invited to head down to the first floor conference center for a celebratory lunch. So feel free to head down there while we continue with the program. I know, sometimes kids don't want to sit through a boring program, right? So it is now my pleasure to introduce our first guest speaker, Emily Skripczak, Chief of Staff to the Director of the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. Emily plays a pivotal role in advancing the department's strategic and policy priorities and oversees tribal government services and policy. She joined MDHHS in 2019 as the Director of Legislative Affairs, where she led critical legislative initiatives, including navigating the challenges of the COVID-19 emergency. Since then, she has served in key advisory roles, providing organizational and policy support within the Public Health Administration, and as a senior advisor to the Chief Deputy Director for Administration. Please join me in welcoming Emily Skripczak.
Well, I can't say I was prepared to cry today, but that was amazing. I'm going to sign up to come to this event every year. So thank you, Justice Kavanaugh, to you and your colleagues for inviting me to take part of Michigan Adoption Day. It is an honor to be here to celebrate with you as your families finalize adoption and begin your next chapter together. Days like these are a heartfelt reminder of the joy adoption brings to children and families across the state. They also serve as a reminder of why our department and our partners continue to do the work we do connecting youth to adoptive homes. Adoption is not just a legal milestone, it's a promise of love, support, and togetherness. To the families finalizing their adoption, I think they all left, congratulations. MDHHS plays a role in both foster care and, whenever possible, safely reuniting families and a portion of adoptions in this state. We're committed to ensuring every child has the opportunity to realize their dreams. In fiscal year 2024, our department and partners helped find forever families for about 1,500 children through adoption. Every child who is in foster care and ready for adoption has unique interests and needs, and we are always working to find new ways to help adopted families and children connect. Some of these efforts and resources include a statewide adoption resource consultant program, which is designed to support youth who are ready for adoption and provide a more tailored process to connect with family. Revamping the medical subsidy program to enhance the range of services available and improve accessibility for families alongside continued support through our other subsidy programs. The Michigan Adoption Resource Exchange, which connects families interested in adopting children in Michigan's foster care system. We also understand the significance of ongoing support after an adoption has been finalized, which is why we offer resources including case management, coordination of community services, advocacy, education, and training throughout the state at post-adoption resource centers. One of the most meaningful things any of us can do for a child or adolescent is to give them a safe, secure home where they feel loved and supported. This is something we all deserve. Again, congratulations to everyone here today. I am so excited for you and wish your families the best. Now it is my pleasure to introduce the next speaker and one of our incredible partners, Janet Arnold Snyder, who serves as Executive Director for the Michigan Federation for Children and Families.
Last year, I came up after Director Starling spoke, and so the microphone was up here, so thank you, Emily. Yeah, good morning to everyone. Good morning, Chief Justice Clement, Justice Kavanaugh, Judge Gant. It really is a pleasure to be here today, along with one of my colleagues from the Michigan Federation for Children and Families, Katie Prout. And we're here on behalf of all members of the Michigan Federation for Children and Families because it is such an honor and a privilege and an inspiration to celebrate here with you today. Family and community partners who have worked hard to come together to create forever families. It is because of your commitment and your heart that we are here today together in celebration. The Michigan Federation is a statewide nonprofit association of 60 private nonprofit community-based organizations providing a whole array of child welfare, behavioral health, senior services throughout all 83 counties in Michigan. In Michigan, as in a lot of different states, nearly 100% of services in family preservation, adoption, residential treatment are provided by the private nonprofit community-based organizations. These experiences from our members that are shared with us really highlight the exceptional work that goes in together on both the foster care and adoption sides, emphasizing the importance of connecting with children and the adults in their lives in such a very, very real way. And all of our members in making those connections and partnerships are partners with the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services through contract. And today we're here really to celebrate the amazing day of family. This morning in meeting with the Jallis and the Craig families, we heard first about unique journeys. We heard little bits about unique journeys for each family, and we heard about the love of bike riding and dance team, and really I think that we all were touched and moved by the dedication, advocacy, selflessness, and unwavering commitment of these families in putting the best interests of their children first. We heard a little bit about, and we know about the teamwork that provides the exceptional service that helps bring families together, and the highlighting of the importance of connecting with children and the adults in their lives in a very real way. This approach, paired with a multi-generational perspective, has proven vital in the best outcomes for families, increasing family economic security, health, and well-being. The journey will always have challenges, rocky times, tough conversations, and realistic hurdles to overcome. However, it is these experiences that ultimately strengthen the family and bring them to where they are today, which is together. The Michigan Supreme Court's Adoption Day celebration highlights the profound commitment and dedication of families coming together to create a loving home. We also honor the unwavering effort of our courts, our child and family attorneys, and the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, along with the community-based organizations. While the challenges that can separate families can be difficult, the decisions and actions that build new families are equally profound. Collaboration among adoption professionals, judges, child welfare advocates is vital, not only on Adoption Day, but year-round, to connect children with the supportive and loving families they deserve. Thank you to the families who have worked very hard to come together. We honor you, your strength and resiliency. Thank you to those in the courts and the child welfare system who support children's right to safe, permanent families. The Federation is very proud to be part of Michigan's Supreme Court Adoption Day celebration and commits to supporting this celebration in the years ahead. It is now my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, an outstanding partner, Rachel Willis, Director of the Bureau of Out-of-Home Services for the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. Thank you.
Thank you and good morning. This is my first time being one of the speakers, and it is really weird to have your back to the Supreme Court, so I apologize for that. But I certainly want to start out by thanking our partners in the Michigan Supreme Court and Chief Justice Clement and our partners here this evening, or this morning, for allowing us to celebrate this momentous occasion of Adoption Day, and certainly appreciate all of the work that is done in partnership with the Child Welfare and Juvenile Justice Services Division of the Michigan Supreme Court. MDHHS makes it a priority to ensure that all children have a safe and loving home where they are protected and supported. Foster care keeps children safe when they cannot be safely kept in their families due to safety concerns. When children are unable to be reunited with their parents, MDHHS works to provide them with a permanent and loving home, and that's often done through adoption. So in Michigan, there's approximately 10,000 children in foster care at any given moment, and I know today's adoptions may not have necessarily reflected adoption through the foster care system, but that's okay. There's still permanency and support and a loving family through adoption for children today. In Michigan, there are currently approximately 1,500 children with the goal of adoption that are currently in the foster care system. And as you heard from our partner this morning, Ms. Reynolds Snyder, MDHHS makes adoptions possible through our partnerships with our private partners. In fiscal year '24, MDHHS collaborated with 47 private adoption agencies, and their partnerships through those agencies and their local courts allowed us to assist with the adoption of more than 1,500 children last year. These are children that were adopted through the Michigan foster care system. That collaboration is key in supporting children and their families in achieving that permanency, and it sort of reminds me of the story. We have a teenager that's currently in the system who has faced challenges throughout her life, and she's preparing for her next chapter to achieve permanency through adoption. Through connection and support and services through our partners, she has forged a deep bond with her pre-adoptive family, and they're moving towards a permanency of adoption, and we're hoping that her adoption will finalize in the spring. Her uplifting story is among so many others, including each family that was here and each family that's represented. And I know that they've gone downstairs to get cake, which is really good cake, and lunch. I certainly extend my heartfelt gratitude to not only the adoption professionals, but also the families and everything that was done through selfless dedication and commitment to make differences in the lives of children. So we certainly want to congratulate all of the children and families who are recognized today, as we heard Justice Kavanaugh speak earlier, about all the adoption days that are being finalized across the state this week and next. We certainly want to offer our heartfelt thank you to all of them. Adoption is a lifelong journey. As you heard today, there was that reminder. This is a commitment that you're making to the children forever. They are now your heirs. You are now responsible for them. MDHHS is dedicated to meeting the need of these children and these families as they finalize their forever families through adoption, and we walk alongside them after those adoption journeys through post-adoption services. Michigan is one of the few states that has a statewide post-adoption program, and we're really proud of that assistance that we're able to provide for children and families. I certainly encourage all children and families who have adopted to look into those resources if they certainly need them. And we want to conclude my remarks this morning by thanking the families again for that dedication and that resilience and that hard work that was demonstrated here today. We celebrate that these children have found love and family through permanency, and again, we want to congratulate you and thank you for being here. I believe I'm turning it back over to the court. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you for your partnership with our courts to continue to improve the lives of families in our state. We usually see each other every month on Zoom, so it's nice to see you in person. And thank you to Janet and to Emily as well. So now we are going to proceed with the awards presentation. And for that, I am pleased to invite my friend and my former child welfare co-liaison and the capable leader of our court, Chief Justice Clement.
Thank you, Justice Kavanaugh. First, I want to acknowledge Judge Curtis Bell, the Chief Judge of Kalamazoo County. Thank you for joining us today. We all looked up and we were so excited that you were here. So thank you. It's such a wonderful day, and thanks for being here. I also want to say a special thank you to Kelly Wagner and our entire Child Welfare and Juvenile Justice Division for the work that they do every day, all year long. This is just one of their special days that we get to come together and celebrate. I see some of the team in the room here. I saw some others that I think have gone downstairs to help lead the luncheon with the families. So thank you, Kelly. Thank you to your team that is here. And although I'm not the co-liaison anymore for child welfare, I love all of you. You do just tremendous work, so thank you. Before we continue, I do want to take a moment to recognize Justice Kavanaugh for her exceptional work in child welfare. Just last month, I had the pleasure of participating in a virtual news conference with Justice Kavanaugh and Justice Kyra Bolden and members of the Child Protective Legal Representation Task Force. During this event, the task force released a groundbreaking report incorporating public and stakeholder input, a report that would not have been possible without Justice Kavanaugh's leadership and dedication. To gather this input, Justice Kavanaugh embarked on an impressive journey, visiting 4 cities across northern Michigan and the Upper Peninsula in just 4 days. She covered over 1,000 miles as part of the Child Protective Legal Representation Task Force listening tour, demonstrating her tireless commitment to ensuring that every voice was heard. Justice Kavanaugh has truly solidified her dedication to child welfare this year and remains a steadfast advocate for Adoption Day. Her efforts continue to make a meaningful impact on the lives of Michigan's children and families. Thank you, Justice Kavanaugh, for your remarkable dedication and advocacy. Our first honor today is the Daniel J. Wright Lifetime Achievement Award, a distinguished recognition celebrating exceptional service by individuals across a range of roles: attorneys, judges, caseworkers, court staff, public and private agency employees, nonprofit leaders, and many others. These remarkable individuals have worked tirelessly to support Michigan families and children, embodying a deep commitment to fostering bright futures for those in need. This award is co-sponsored by the Michigan Supreme Court and the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, and is presented annually as part of our collective efforts to promote and celebrate adoption. It serves as a lasting tribute to the late Daniel J. Wright, whose profound contributions continue to inspire us all. Daniel J. Wright, as Special Assistant to then Chief Justice Maura D. Corrigan, played a pivotal role in modernizing Michigan's child support enforcement system, ensuring compliance with federally mandated deadlines. His dedication and vision left an enduring legacy in our child welfare system, a legacy we honor through this award. Today, as we present this award, let us reaffirm our shared commitment to celebrating Daniel's legacy by recognizing individuals who exemplify his passion and dedication. I'd also like to thank Karen Southgate, Director of the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services for Huron, Lapeer, and Tuscola counties, the individual who nominated this year's award recipient. Karen has long been a champion for children and families, and her nomination highlights the remarkable achievements of this year's honoree. The Daniel J. Wright Lifetime Achievement Award recipient is Judge Nancy L. Thane, presiding judge of the Family Division in Tuscola County. Judge Thane's unwavering dedication to the well-being of Michigan families has left a lasting impact on her community. Please join me in honoring Judge Thane for her outstanding contributions. And I believe at this point, Judge Thane, if you want to step forward. I think he wants to turn around. No. And Judge Thane, if you would like to share a few words, you're welcome to do so.
I would. Wow, I'm very honored by both the nomination and by being chosen. I knew Dan Wright in my years as a referee in the front of the court, and he was a visionary leader and an inspiration. So this has more personal meaning to me as well. But it's a lifetime achievement, and that concerns me because I don't think I'm done. I think I have more to do. But I wouldn't be up here before you today without the support of so many people. In fact, I want to acknowledge them, to the community that I live and work in, and the individuals that are willing to come together, form partnerships to address the issues of our children, to my loyal staff that keeps me on track, to the Michigan Probate Judges Association, where the camaraderie therein allows us to bounce ideas and topics off of each other on a daily basis, and to my friends and my family, especially my son, who allow me to rattle on and on about work. I thank you all. It has been said that 100 years from now, it will not matter what our bank accounts were, what houses we lived in, what type of cars we drove. But if the world is a different place because we are important in the life of the child, that will make a difference. That is my hope and prayer. Thank you so much.
Oh, we'll get another one after. Thank you. Judge Thane, I know that I speak for Justice Kavanaugh as well. So much of the work that we have been dedicated to since our time on the bench, we could not have done without your tremendous support. So thank you. We are so proud of you and so happy to share in the celebration with you. Thank you. Next, we're excited to listen to a message from Justice Corrigan for the Maura D. Corrigan Foster Family Lifetime Achievement Award. This prestigious award, presented by former Chief Justice Maura D. Corrigan and former Director of the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, honors foster parents who have shown extraordinary dedication and love in their unwavering support of Michigan's children. So we will listen to the audio now.
Good morning. May it please the court. Thanks to the court, to Chief Justice Clement and the justices, and to the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, Director Elizabeth Hertel, for continuing the tradition of Adoption Day, now 22 years old. Congratulations to all the new families being made today by order of the court. It is a great gift to me to celebrate with you the happiest day of the year in courthouses across Michigan, and to honor the recipients of the Wright and Corrigan Awards for their outstanding achievements. I am touched and a little embarrassed to have an award named after me. Yet I cannot think of a greater legacy than to recognize the achievements of outstanding foster parents. In a moment, I will speak about the 2024 award winners, Tammy and Willie Roman. But first, congratulations to Tuscola County Judge Nancy Thane on receiving the Daniel J. Wright Lifetime Achievement Award. It recognizes her exceptional service to Michigan's children. Just like Dan, Judge Thane is a leader, a collaborator, and a force for good. Dan was my co-worker at the court, but he was also my law school classmate and a dear friend. Besides this award, Dan's legacy lives on in the Daniel J. Wright Endowed Scholarship in Child Welfare, now being given at the University of Detroit Mercy. It is being given for the third time this year. We've raised more than $110,000 for the award, so I'm so proud that Dan's legacy will continue. Now I am honored to recognize Tammy and Willie Roman with the Maura D. Corrigan Foster Family Lifetime Achievement Award. Tammy and Willie hail from Westland in Wayne County. Willie is a social worker who is employed at a homeless shelter. And Tammy is a retired preschool teacher. Over the past 18 years, they have fostered 52 children and adopted 3 children. Tammy and Willie were nominated for this award by their former foster child, Brittany Barrows. Brittany said the Romans were kind and gentle and always looked out for her best interests and the interests of all their foster children. They never gave up on her despite her sometimes aggressive behavior. And they always made sure that their foster children had stable connections to their birth families, and they supported reunification no matter how strong their connection was to the children. Brittany is now 26 years old, and she left the care of the Romans when she was just 13. Nonetheless, she still attends church with the Romans every Sunday. I think that is quite remarkable. Here's what Tammy had to say about her experience as a foster parent. I can remember, and I quote, I can remember every child and every experience I had as a foster parent. And I'm always thankful to God for allowing us to open our home up. I learned so much through good and bad experiences. I will always be there for my kids, unquote. On behalf of the Michigan Supreme Court and the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, it is my great pleasure to recognize Tammy and Willie Roman as our outstanding 2024 foster parents. Thank you so much for the love, compassion, and care you have shown to children in your care. You inspire us, and you make us proud. May God bless you, and God bless the great state of Michigan. Thank you so much.
As you heard from Justice Corrigan's remarks, the nominator for this prestigious award is Brittany Barrows, a youth champion for the National Quality Improvement Center on Engaging Youth. Brittany has nominated Willie and Tammy Roman, licensed foster parents from Wayne County, whose inspiring work has transformed the lives of countless children. I would now like to invite Brittany up for the official nomination. Brittany.
Thank you, Justice Kavanaugh, Justice Clement, and Judge Gant for participating in today's Michigan Adoption Day. This is going to be a surprise for Tammy and Willie. They don't know that I have this, but I found a letter that I wrote to Willie and Tammy when I was 11, 12 years old. I wrote this when I was packing my belongings. I was leaving their foster home to go back and be reunified with my biological family. It's a short and sweet note, but I wrote this for Tammy and Willie when I was 12 years old. Dear Willie and Tammy, I will miss you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for accepting me into your home. May God bless you in every way. Yes, I thought you guys were mean and strict, but I still love you. The memories of us will always be in my heart. May every kid who comes here learn a lesson, a valuable lesson, because I did. I realized you guys didn't have to do the stuff you did for me. Even though I was a brat, I thank you guys for everything, and I'm sorry for all the lies and disrespect. As I'm packing, I look at the good memories we have had together.
I know we can forget about the bad things and move on. Love, Brittany Barrows, April 1st, 2011. Thank you.
Oh, Brittany, don't sit down yet. Okay, good. Don't sit down, yeah, okay.
What do I do next?
Okay, you just stand right there. How special. What a special nomination. At this point, this time, I'd like to invite Willie and Tammy up to stand next to Brittany to receive your award. Oh, that's, Brittany, do you want to hand up the award?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
For all the stuff that you guys put up with me when I was a little baby, here you go.
Oh, I don't know where to start. She got me crying. But good morning, everybody. I just want to say that I am honored to be here today in this celebration. I am just so honored to accept this award. Oh man, I'm so honored and grateful and everything. And I can say 20 years ago when I decided to foster and open up my home, I never thought I would be here today. I'm accepting an award. Through the good and the bad, it taught me so much, and I learned so much through my children and everything. And out of the blessing and stuff I was able with too, Brittany, but she's like my daughter. I adopted, because she's always been there, and we always kept in touch. And I keep in touch with a lot of my children, and they come back. And I adopted also 2 beautiful other children. Mariana, she's here today. She came into my life. She's shy, so she may not want to come up. She came into our life at 7, and I remember the day that she came. Well, she came as a respite first, and the next day was going to be her birthday. And I remember she was coming in our home as a respite and everything, and the other foster parent was going out of town and everything. And I remember thinking like, oh, it's her birthday the next day. So I remember taking the time, going out, getting ice cream and cake with my other foster children and buying her something pretty and dressing her pretty on her birthday and everything. And next thing I know, she came, as a permanent foster child, and I adopted her, and she's just smart, beautiful, so talented with her drawing. And then my son, I adopted him also. He's also smart and really good at computers and stuff. And Brittany, again, she's amazing. She's done so much stuff, and I'm so proud of her. And I always knew that she had it in her. I always knew that she was going to be something big and everything. So I just want to tell everybody, and tell you all, thank you for this award. I'm so grateful and just so blessed.
Well, once again, I want to thank Brittany and his Chief Justice and the other justices on the court for nominating us for this award. But there's a couple of girls I would like to thank, since I have a minute here. This is my mother. Little did I know when I was a sophomore in college. Well, I shouldn't say little did I know. When I came home once, Christmas break, boy, my mother surprised me with a sibling, not a sibling, a relative foster child that later became my brother. And she said, wow. She said, here's your Christmas present. After 20 years, you finally got it. So, but my mother is the one who has always installed in me the love and care for children, which encouraged me to go into the field of social work. And then I can go to another area. When I was working in Macomb County Youth Home as a counselor, some young man came up to me and said, Mr. Roman, are you married? And he was very inquisitive with all these questions. He said, well, do you want to take a young man home who needs somewhere to go? So you open your home so I can do chores. I've been in school, good at technology. Anything you need me to do, I can do. So, of course, I couldn't do it at the time, but that young man made an inspiration in my life because I knew there was young kids been traumatized that was in the system in the juvenile justice or placements, foster care placements by working in the field. And I said, wow. I said, I done worked in this field for 20 years. And I said, I had never thought about adopting or fostering a child. And so with that young man, I always think of when I think of being a foster parent, I think of that young man who gave me the motivation and inspiration to go into the field of foster care and adoption. Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys want to take a quick picture real quick?
Yes.
Let me get in the middle though. Okay, I'll hold this for you guys. Woo! Sign, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Thank you. Here you guys go.
We couldn't see that, but we heard. We heard it. Please join me once again in celebrating this incredible couple and Judge Thane for making a profound difference in the lives of Michigan children.
Thank you, Willie and Tammy. 52 kids, that's amazing. Thank you, truly inspiring, and hopefully it inspires so many more to become foster parents and serve that critical role that we have and the need that we have in our system. And also, congratulations to Judge Thane, who has never said no to anything we ask of her. She's a creative problem solver, and she pushes us to improve our justice system, and I'm so grateful for that. It may be called a Lifetime Achievement Award, but you are not done, I'm sure, continuing to push us. Thank you for that. Now, I wanted to thank Judge Gant, and we have a special resolution to present to Judge Gant, and it reads, celebrating the 22nd Michigan Adoption Day, whereas the justices of the Michigan Supreme Court, through our State Court Administrative Office, are responsible for providing administrative direction and guidance to all of our state's diverse trial courts. And whereas, these have a lot of whereases, this year marks the court's 22nd celebration of Adoption Day, one of the largest such events in the United States, with more than 30 Michigan counties participating annually. And whereas at any given time, there are approximately 10,000 children in Michigan's foster care system, with around 200 children waiting for adoption without an identified forever family. And whereas the goal of Adoption Day is to draw attention to the needs of these children and youth, particularly their need for permanent families, and to encourage efforts to help those who have not yet been adopted. And whereas, in support of that goal, courts throughout Michigan will participate in Adoption Day on or around the Thanksgiving holiday by finalizing adoptions, holding celebrations for adoptive families, and educating the public about the need for adoption. And whereas November is designated as National Adoption Month, therefore, be it resolved that we declare Monday, November 18, 2024, to be Michigan Adoption Day 2024, with our heartfelt congratulations and best wishes to the families, courts, adoption workers, and others participating. And be it further resolved that we, the justices of the Michigan Supreme Court, affix the seal of the Michigan Supreme Court on this 18th day of November, Anno Domini MMXXIV, and of the independence of the United States of America, the 248th year.
Put it right behind you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So before we wrap up, I too just wanted to extend a couple additional thank yous. Thank you to Raven Gilmore for all of her work in today's event. Thank you to Kelly Wagner and Casey Ann Bender and Lynette Durnell and Katie Todd and Lucy Viramontes, our amazing child welfare and juvenile justice workers and support at SCAO. This wouldn't happen without you. We are forever grateful for all that you do. Thank you for helping us look good. So thank everyone for being here today. Feel free to take any pictures with our big bear here if you would like. And then everyone is invited to join us downstairs for lunch in the conference center, games and Spider-Man, I believe, and princesses. So thank you very much.